Bijan, Merry Christmas, man.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to
What?
you.
How has practice been? What's the mindset of the team going into this Alamo Bowl? Your level of excitement to play the Colorado Buffaloes.
First of all, practice has been great. There's been high energy in practice, and it's been a lot of fun. Just practicing for each other and not worried about anything else. And it's gonna be fun playing a different conference in Colorado and just getting used to how they play and just preparing for them. But I feel it's gonna be a great experience. Getting to play a different conference and a different team.
What stands out to you about Jake Majors and Andre Karich?
Those are some beasts. Just see how they've been developing throughout the season, and they're in my class, so it's been a blessing to get them out there, right away, and to get them experience. So for next year, they'll be ready to go and already be set to see the expectation that we have, for them. But they've been great. Those are my guys, and I just very blessed to have them in front of me blocking.
Is Andre is I mean he was kind of he was finishing some dudes in that K-State game, kind of sitting on them. How would you describe his attitude?
He just has a dog mentality. He wants to destroy everybody that's in front of him, and it doesn't matter, who you are. And I just feel that, with him having that mindset and him delivering that mindset to the whole offensive line, it'll be a scary sight. But I just love to see, how hard he works, and he does it so controlled, and just to see like when he does get in that zone and whoever comes across him, they just better watch out.
Brian, go ahead.
Hey, Bijan, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Do you think enough guys understand how a bowl game, while it is the end of the season, it also provides the springboard into the
Mhm.
next one?
Right.
You're going to have a lot of young players out there. Do you think enough guys grasp that this is how you launch yourself into 2021?
Yeah, me just talking to the class, they understand that, fully, and they know that, this production, this game will set, demeanor for next season. And they always come out just saying, we got to produce this game, come strong this game, because this is leading to what, I feel can be very special, with this team, with this whole program, for the city of Boston. I feel they can see, this Tuesday or next Tuesday when we come out on that field and produce, to see what is going to happen, coming up for this team.
Yeah. Along those lines, I mean, maybe talk a little bit more about what is your personal feeling about the program right now? I mean, everybody was upset at the end of the regular season. Recruiting, may or may not have been what it was, but just where do you feel Texas is heading right now?
I feel we're heading in a great direction. How we're supposed to. I just feel this year has been just a build up year, for something great. And I'm so high in my faith that I know that God has a plan for this team, and I know that this year we just, with COVID and everything, it's been a little different. But then when next year comes, um, just to see what's going to happen, and just have that faith of this team, and just see where we will go, and just how hard we need to work to get to that spot. But I feel it's going to be a great direction headed for this team.
Chuck, go ahead.
Yeah, we hear all the time about how the game slows down, for freshmen at some point. But
Mhm.
walk us through, what does that mean from your standpoint? How have things changed? How are you a different running back or player than you were at the start of the season than what we saw in the K-State game?
It's just like for every level, you got to get used to the speed of the game. Uh, Speed always, is greater than what you used to been playing. But I feel I've been a little, as a young running back, I've been anxious in the beginning of the season to really just go and not really think about anything, but just kind of go off of my God given ability. But it's more to that, and learning the game and learning how to anticipate defenses and just being ready to, you know, find your ways and find how you're gonna work throughout the end of the season. But I just it's a blessing to see like what it's come to and how I'm comfortable in the backfield and not anxious for anything and or nervous at all. So I just know it's been a blessing, for me.
And real quick, have you done any lobbying of Sam to come back next year at quarterback? He says he's still not decided.
Yeah, you know, we talk sometimes. I don't know what he's trying to do, but whatever he's gonna do, I just know it's gonna be a blessing either way, and he's gonna thrive either way. And I love that dude, a lot, and just how he took me under his wing. But we talk a lot, and we'll see what happens.
Marcus, you're up.
Hey, Bijan, just on the subject of Sam, could you go a little bit more in detail on what your relationship with him is like? And do you remember your first interaction with him after you got on campus?
Yeah, our relationship is strong. You know, we're really brothers. You know what? Before the season kicked off, you know, we went to snooze together, and we just sat down just to talk about life and life as a college athlete. You know, life in general, and just how we, you know, are as players. And it's good just to sit down and bring a young guy in, you know, under his wing, because you know I'm still trying to find my way out throughout the campus, football, school, and just having him to tell me his experiences, you know, has been a blessing for me, and I hope for him as well.
Got one last one. Danny, go ahead.
Are you old enough to remember Colorado as a Big 12 school, or since you're from Arizona, that's a Pac-12 school in your eyes?
You know, I didn't even, I thought they were a Pac-12 school the whole time. My grandpa's a Pac-12 referee, and I just thought they were, I never knew they were in the Big 12 at all until I got here. And they were saying they were a Big 12 team, and I was like, and just see how young I am. I mean, yeah, I never knew that.
Anybody else have any follow-ups?
I had one follow-up. What's one thing you've learned from Roshan this year, and one thing you've learned from Keontae?
From Roshan, definitely leadership, and just how he's been a leader, you know, since his freshman year, and just how he's, you know, made his way through this team, and how the team really looks up to him as a, you know, passionate football player. And you know, he's such a selfless dude, and a humble guy that, you know, I learned a lot from him. And then with Keontae, you know, he just taught me how to, you know, be a good human being outside of football, and even in football, but really know who, you know, who your friends are, and really seek out, you know, people and their intentions. So they both taught me a lot this year, and I was just very thankful to have them both, you know, in my corner, you know, throughout this whole season.
Brian, go ahead.
Yeah, kind of building on that, Bijan. I mean, guys don't really understand how difficult this fishbowl is until they get here, right?
Right.
And I wonder, what have you learned this season that even now you would tell, I don't know, Jonathan Brooks coming in next year, of what are the ups and downs, pros and cons of playing at the University of Texas?
I wouldn't say there's no downs. I haven't faced anything, but what I would tell him is just stay patient. You're gonna get coached hard. Coach Stan Drayton, he's a experienced coach, and you know he knows everything, you know, up and down with football. But he's only trying to get you to be where you want to be and at your best level. So I'll just tell him, just stay patient, keep working hard, and you know God will do the rest for you. But just continue to be the dog, you know, that they are, and everything will be okay.
Cool.
Last one, Anwar.
Hey, I'm just kind of curious from your perspective. Talk about the transition, you know, from high school to college for you. They always try to make it seem like it's really easy for running backs, but I imagine you might have a different, you know, point of view, you know, of that. So I'm just wanting to see what, you know, the things that you learned throughout that process before you started getting a little bit more time. And then the second portion was, did you feel any more pressure stepping on campus because you were, you know, a 5-star that everyone knew about? Was that weight a little bit more difficult to carry because maybe you wanted to prove yourself?
Yeah, for your first question, I just feel that the speed of the game always changes for especially a running back. And, you know, for me, you know, I want to get back to like high school and how I want to do everything, but I just know that college level, it gets better. And I mean, until you learn how to, read defenses, anticipate and everything, you need to learn that kind of stuff before you can get to the level where you want to be at. And I feel that, how I'm getting coached and, everything that I've been learning throughout the season, I feel that it's really starting to open up, and I'm really starting to see, different things and really get comfortable in my game and, in myself. And then for your second question, I mean, I feel no pressure at all. I knew I had to come in here and try to make an impact, as best as I can, any way I can for this team. And I just know that, but the direction that God is taking me towards, that everything's going to happen how it's supposed to. But yeah, I have no pressure. Just trying to be my best and just do what I love.
And just one last clarity question. How do I make? I've heard your name pronounced different ways. I want to make sure I got it clear how we're supposed to pronounce it.
It's Bijan.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Same to you.